Good morning, dear students. Welcome to online classes. First of all, I congratulate you for the upgradation to class 11th. Today, we are having our first online lecture for subject economics. First of all, let me introduce you to the syllabus. You are having two books in your syllabus. One, Introductory Microeconomics. Second, Statistics for Economics. And the marking distribution is you are having 80 marks from theory and 20 marks for practical. First, we will cover Introductory Microeconomics. Chapter 1, Introduction to Economics. So, first chapter is Introduction to Economics. We all know that you are new to this subject, you don't have the knowledge about the subject, so this is very important to know the definition, to know the subject matter, to know the basics of the economics. So let us start chapter. First of all, we will discuss the definitions of economics. We will discuss the general definition of economics, and we will discuss the definitions of some renowned economists. So let us have a general definition of economics. Economics is study of how society choose to employ scarce resources that could have alternative uses in order to produce various commodities that satisfy their wants. Actually, we use resources to produce goods and services to fulfill our wants. Any type of good, any type of services which we are using, for those goods and services we need to have resources by which those goods can be produced. So economics is a study of how society choose to employ these resources. So you need to make the decision how you are going to use these resources so that you can get the maximum benefit, because you don't have unlimited resources, you have limited resources. So from those limited resources you are going to fulfill your unlimited wants. Economics focuses on the rational management of scarce resources in order to maximize economic welfare. Hence economics is about making choices in the backdrop of scarcity. So here it means that you are having limited resources, so now you are going to make the choice how you are going to utilize those resources, because you cannot fulfill your all the wants with these limited resources, because you are having unlimited wants. So when, let us take a simple example, as a student your parents are giving you pocket money, so that pocket money is your resource. Now you want to purchase an ice cream. If you are having 50 rupees, you want to purchase an ice cream, and at the same time you want to purchase a cup of coffee as well, but you cannot purchase both from that 50 rupees. So if you can't purchase both, now you have to make the decision which commodity to purchase first. So your decision will be dependent upon the level of satisfaction which you get from these goods. So if you are getting more satisfaction from ice cream, then you will go for ice cream. If you will get more satisfaction from cup of coffee, then you will go for coffee. So let us have some definitions of economists. First definition of Adam Smith, who is known as father of economics, and his definition is known as wealth definition. He gave his definition in his book An Enquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations, which was published in 1776. He defined economics as study of wealth. And what this wealth means here, it means the resources. So here the definition states that economics deals with study of resources, those limited resources which we already discussed about. But this definition was criticized, and the criticism of the definition is that it is narrow definition of economics. It only includes materialistic aspects and ignored non-materialistic aspects. So we are having materialistic aspects as well, we are having non-materialistic aspects as well in our day-to-day life. So when we talk about this definition, this only covers the materialistic aspects of the life. Now second definition is given. This definition is given by Alfred Marshall, who is a great propounder of modern economics. Defines economics in his book Principles of Economics, which was published in 1890. The study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. Study of mankind, that means study of behavior, human behavior. Study of human behavior in the ordinary business of life, in our day-to-day activities. What type of activities we are doing on daily basis? We are consuming goods, we are consuming services, we are producing goods, we are earning income, we are distributing goods. So these are our day-to-day life activities. This is our ordinary business. So for example, simple example, we will take a simple example. For example, when you are thirsty, you will have a glass of water. Then no doubt, if you are more thirsty, you will have one more glass of water. But after some time, you will not have water, because at that time you are having your maximum satisfaction. So you will not go for the additional unit of commodity. So the main thing what I want to convey here is that on daily basis we want to maximize our satisfaction. We want to utilize our resources in a proper manner. We want to channelize our resources in a proper way, so that our utility can be maximized. But this definition was also criticized by the economists. It ignored the problem of scarcity of resources. Here we know that when we talk about the mankind in the ordinary business of life, so we are going to fulfill our basic needs, we are going to fulfill our wants. But here this definition does not stress on the problem of scarcity of the resources. It only analyzes materialistic aspects of human welfare. This definition also analyze only materialistic aspect of human welfare. Here is one more definition given by the Robbins, a British economist, and his definition is known as scarcity definition. He gave his definition in his book An Essay on the Nature and Significance of Economic Science, which was published in 1932. Robbins is famous for his definition of economics. So the definition states that economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Here the Robbins want to convey that the economics studies about the relationship between ends and scarce means. We know that we have limited resources, we have limited means, and we have unlimited wants. So how people behave when they are having limited means and they are going to fulfill their unlimited wants with those limited resources, limited means. So here this study of this relationship is economics. So economics deals with this relationship. And he also gave two features of resources. One is scarcity, that is limitedness of resources. Second, alternative use of resources, that means resources have alternative uses. But this definition was also criticized by the economists, that this definition stressed on micro aspects of economics only. It does not stress on the macro aspects like aggregate supply and aggregate demand. So it only stress on the individual level, it only stress on the micro level. Now we are having modern definition of economics, or this is also known as growth definition, given by the Paul Samuelson, an American economist, in his book Foundations of Economic Analysis, which was published in 1947. Economics is the study of how man and society choose with or without money to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in the future amongst various people and groups of the society. This definition is known as the best definition of the economics. So it includes all the aspects. It includes the resources as well. It includes the limitedness of resources as well. It includes the alternative use of resources. It includes the distribution purpose. Distribution of the goods and services. It also includes the welfare, present welfare and future welfare as well. That is why this definition is known as the best definition of the economics presently. So as we know that economics is all about economic activities, so it is very important that you should know about the economic activities. What is the definition of economic activity, and what are the different economic activities? So first of all, let us define economic activities. These are all those activities undertaken by the people to earn income and wealth and to attain maximum satisfaction of their wants. These include production, consumption, investment, exchange, etc. So when we talk about economic activities, there are number of economic activities, and these economic activities are actually undertaken by the people to earn income. And the common thing in these economic activities is that these activities utilize limited resources. So first economic activity, and the foremost economic activity, it is production, and all other economic activities are dependent upon this economic activity. It is defined as creation of utility, that is production of goods and services, and it is the process in which inputs are transformed to goods and services. Production is defined as the transformation of factor inputs into factor output, or we can say production is defined as the process in which raw materials are transformed into goods and services which people use to fulfill their wants. And economy is determined by this economic activity. So let us take an example of India and USA. USA is bigger economy as compared to India, but if we talk about India, India is larger than USA in terms of area, in terms of population as well. But when we talk about the production activity is more in USA as compared to India. That is why USA is bigger economy as compared to India. Second, it is consumption. It is defined as usage of goods and services. So after the production of goods and services, then then people use these goods and services to satisfy their wants. So consumption means usage of these goods and services. So you can define it as it is the process by which a good or a service is completely used up to satisfy human wants. So all the goods and services are produced to satisfy the human wants. All those goods which are produced, those possess the utility. That good is not produced which doesn't possess the utility, or which doesn't fulfill the human wants. One more is investment. Investment is a part of production which is committed for future income. So investment is actually the present expenditure for future income. Let us have a simple example. For example, a farmer is investing in say machines. A farmer is investing in high yielding variety of seeds to have a better crop. So actually he is doing some expenditure to get the profits in future, to get the profits at the time of harvest. Distribution, it is a part of production which explains how the national income is distributed among the different factors of production. As I already told you, all other economic activities are dependent upon the production. So distribution is actually the how national income is distributed among the different factors of production. When we talk about the production, you know the raw materials or the factors of production which are used in the process of production. So those factors need to be paid. Those factors need to be give the reward. So for that purpose, distribution is the process in which those factors of production are being rewarded, or that generated income or the income generated by the people income generated in the process of production that is distributed among the different factors of production. Now let us define the economy and different types of economy in the world. An economy can be defined as a system in which people get a living to satisfy their wants through the process of production, consumption, investment and exchange. Economy is a system which provide people living to satisfy their wants, to satisfy their to satisfy their ends. So when we talk about an economy, I already told you, an economy is determined by the level of production. More the level of production, more will be the greater will be the economy. So greater economy here means high standard of living. A greater economy here means say well developed infrastructure. So there are number of factors which determine say a well developed economy, or which differentiate between developed and developing economies. So now we are having types of economy. So what are different types of economy? There are three main types of economies. First, it is market economy. It is also known as capitalist or free economy. In this type of economy, all the important decisions are taken by the market. So the important economic decision about the production, consumption, which goods to produce, what type of technology we are going to use. So these all decisions are taken by the market, and resources are under the control of capitalists. This examples of this capitalist economy or the market economy are Hong Kong, Singapore. There are some other number of economies, capitalist economies. Second, centrally planned economy, or it is also known as socialist economy or controlled economy. In this economy, all the important economic decisions are taken by the government, and resources are owned by the government. For example, China and Netherlands. In these type of economies, resources are owned by the government, and government make the decision, and that decision is taken by the government about the production, about the consumption, all economic activities. One more, mixed economy, an economy in which some important decisions are taken by the government and the economic activities are conducted through the market. Resources are owned by the market but supervised by the government. For example, India, Russia, France, these are all mixed economies. This mixed economy, it includes the positives of market economy and the positives of centrally planned economy as well. No doubt, when we talk about the market economy just the decisions are taken on the basis of profit motive. The motive of the economy is profit. The motive of the capitalist is profit. So social welfare is not taken care of in case of market economy, and when we talk about the central planned economy, and social welfare is taken care of, but it doesn't take care of the growth of the economy and say development of sectors, but it takes care of the social welfare. And when we talk about the mixed economy is actually the mixture of market economy and centrally planned economy. So here the decisions are taken by the economic decisions are taken by the market, but at the same time government plays the role of the supervisor. So all the decisions and the market is supervised by the government. Thank you. Have a nice day.